Awesome. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Matt Cretzman back on the Pro-Forma Playbook, and I'm excited for you guys to join us for this next episode. You're probably watching this on LinkedIn and the LinkedIn newsletter, and we're gearing up for an amazing pitch competition. Pro-Forma has been generous enough to write a $50,000 check for contestants that are looking to get their startup on stage in front of the right people and hit that next level of growth and acceleration. So it's going to be a great competition. If you've got a startup, you're looking to get some investment, get in front of some potential investors, and really just kind of build your wings, this is for you. Apply below. The landing page is there. You can submit your application and somebody's going to reach out. And then also, if you just love nerding out on startups and looking at pitches and kind of giving your feedback, we'd love to hear from you too. We've got spots for more judges in the upcoming competition. So be sure to reach out, DM me here with the word judge. I'll probably see it and then pass it along, or you can reach out to the Pro-Forma team and they'll do that for you as well. And just a reminder, if you are a startup and you're building your business, and especially at such an early stage, we're going to talk about this today. You've heard this before if you've seen other episodes. You really should take a look at Pro-Forma. They're the all-in-one platform to help empower entrepreneurs to refine their vision, validate assumptions, build investor-ready plans, financial modeling, valuation analysis, and all of those things that I'm going to be honest, nobody really, well, there are some people that strangely enjoy doing those things. But if you don't, then Pro-Forma is for you. They make it extremely easy for you to take care of all of those things. So be sure to reach out to the team. It's going to bring a great pitch competition. And now we're going to jump into our little session here today. I'm super pumped to be joined by Ryan from Tech Fort Worth. I'm up here in Las Colinas. He's down there in Fort Worth. Dallas is on the map, brother. We're making waves in the startup world. Ryan, thanks for joining us today.
Matt, thanks for having me, and welcome to Fort Worth. I'm here in Tech. I'm here at Tech Fort Worth right now. Just finished a meeting in one of our large rooms here, and yeah, let's kick this off.
Man, you're in Fort Worth. Are there, people here in Fort Worth, they usually think of, the West. At least my parents did. They're like, you're moving to Fort Worth. Is there like cowboys and Indians? Like, what's going on? You get some tumbleweed out there.
Yeah, no, that's not the case. I know some people may wish it was, but no, that's not the case. And we certainly have Cowtown here, right? We've got the stockyards, which Fort Worth is really known for. But in regards to things we're talking about, we are a hotbed right now in the startup community. We've been doing this for 25 years where we're at. So we've got quite a great tenure in this space and working with great partners to build up the startup community.
Yeah, that's that, man. You've probably seen it all after 25 years.
But yeah, not me personally, but the organization.
I was gonna say, you don't look old enough.
I'll take that as a compliment. But yeah, no, we were founded 25 years ago by some folks that said, what might it look like if we started something that looked like an accelerator incubator right here in Fort Worth, and it's had a tremendous amount of success over the last 25 years. So
I love that. When people hear tech and they think of Texas, they usually think of one city, which I don't even need to say what it is because everybody knows what it is. But, tech and Fort Worth usually don't go together. So what's cool? Like, what's hot? What's happening right now in the tech scene in Fort Worth?
Oh my gosh, all kinds of stuff. So I don't even know where to begin with that. It's such a big, broad thing. We've got Texas A&M right now is building a massive complex in our innovation district, creating an innovation district right here in Fort Worth, millions of square feet. And it's the research and innovation hub. So they're actually, Texas A&M is not from Fort Worth, right? But they're building that here. There's a reason why they're doing that. This whole metroplex right now from Fort Worth to Dallas is really kicking off. We've got the Texas Stock Exchange launching in 2025, 2026.
Yes.
If you're a startup company right now in this space, they want to list homegrown companies on, to go IPO there. So if you want to bring a company here, you want to start a company here and you can move quickly, you've got a great opportunity to jump into a lot of that.
Yeah.
But man, we're just doing tons of stuff. Our space here is in the medical innovation zone. So we kind of originated with biotech as the founders and subject matter experts. So we're still heavily involved in the biotech health science side of things. We've got a lot of cool innovation that's going on there. Mobility, we've got a lot of cool innovation that's going on there. We've got Lockheed. We've got a huge lot of prime corporations that our house here, BNSF, that doesn't scream innovation to a lot of people when you think of railway, but my goodness, they are so ahead of the curve when it comes to innovation. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Wow.
And we have support from the mayor, which isn't bad either. So
yeah, exactly. That ain't that bad. Yeah. And Fort Worth is a pretty sizable city. I mean, the population, what are we talking about? Is it 2 million, two and a half, 3?
No, I think we're getting close to the million mark, right?
Okay.
So we're getting up there as far as new folks coming.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. No, a lot of amazing things happen in Fort Worth. And I personally, I love Fort Worth. Like, you get the best of both. Like, you get, old world, like kind of more classic Texas and, the stockyards and stuff like that. But then now, I mean, I didn't know about the A&M campus. I mean, it's incredible. So now you got like side by side, old world, new world, innovation, a lot of growth, growth in technology and stuff. And I love that. And traditionally speaking, maybe it's some of those legacy, longer, age type companies that really need the innovation, and so they might be more attracted to that or inclined to pay attention. So that's really exciting. I love that. So Tech Fort Worth Accelerator Program, right? Talk about the Tech Fort Worth like itself as an organization. Who are you looking for? Who are you serving?
Yeah, so we're an incubator accelerator. We've got really 5 core programs that we focus around. The first one is that ideation piece. It's called Think Lab. It's a 12-week structured curriculum. Do I even have an idea that's patentable or modable or whatever you want to call it? Can I go to market with that? Who would my clients be? What's the business case scenario? All that stuff happens there. Mm-hmm. Smart Start is our second program as far as the life cycle of a startup. It's pre-revenue, pitching for investments, post-revenue, build the team, go to market. All that stuff happens in there. And like I said, it's open architecture. It's what do you need? How can we help facilitate a connection, a network drive, or help you build whatever it is that you're building? And then Fast Forward is our third program, and that program is really geared around succession. So now I've had success. Maybe you started an earlier program and made your way to Fast Forward. Or other folks just come to us for that succession piece. What's M&A? What's PE? What's an IPO, as we just talked about, opportunity look like? Then we have an M Crew, which is our mentor group, which is a few hundred mentors. We do something that's a little different than a lot of folks. We do a reverse pitch. So actually have the mentors stand up and pitch to these startups that opt in for mentorship. And then we sort of act as the tender, right? As far as like, can you swipe left or right on this mentor, right? So we run that. And then our fifth program is Cowtown Angels. So we facilitate and run an angel membership group here that's been around since 2012. And we have invested, we're getting close to $30 million of investments into companies like the ones that are in our accelerator.
Yeah, man, that's super cool. I know, everybody's thinking about AI right now. Like, are you seeing any startups come through that are not doing anything in AI?
Yeah, AI touches everything right now.
It does.
I write emails and use AI, right? Business plans happen around AI. So I think it's hard to differentiate any company that doesn't have AI incorporated or isn't thinking about AI in some fashion, and that's not a novel statement. But we don't typically have companies here that are just AI, right? Right now, we don't have an AI platform solution that's part in any one of our cohorts.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, you can write emails with AI just as long as you're not sending it to your wife. If you do, that's a big no. You can get in trouble.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's okay to put some personal touches on things.
Yeah, you can, exactly. It might be undetectable for a little while, but eventually she'll catch on. Yeah. Well, that's great, man. Now we're coming up to the pitch competition. So I think this is your first time being a judge at this competition, though you've been a judge on many before. What are some commonalities that you see in startups that do it right and those that do it wrong? Have there been some that you've looked at and you just like shook your head?
I'll tell you, I don't want to talk too broadly, but I will tell you that often a lot of the questions that we get from, folks that are younger that are starting businesses is like, hey, I'm worried about my bench, right? My expertise on the bench. Like, we came up with this great idea and we've got lots of energy and we want to drive it forward, but I didn't spend 15 years in this industry, right? Prior to this idea. And like, how do you get past that? And one of the things I always tell founders that you really need to focus on is your ability to manage things that are unpredictable,
Yeah.
right? You can somehow illustrate that to me as an investor, or something like that. I think that's extremely important. People talk about coachability and all that stuff, of course, right? When it looks at investment and how fast you want to drive things forward, but don't fret over the idea that you haven't spent that much time in industry. We're really looking for the person, right? And a lot of that comes just from life experiences.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a troubled background, like it's actually really interesting, because that means you've been able to overcome some of these uncertainties, unpredictabilities in your life, right?
True.
And that happens across all startups. It is
Yep.
not a straight line for anybody that's listening to this at all, right? I mean, to be a startup founder is not a linear approach. You've got to be able to hurdle and duck and get out of the way and pivot, as they call it, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Just, be upfront about that. And don't try to hide behind some college university brand. Right?
Yeah. Exactly. And that should give hope, right? Like, for those that think, oh, my GPA this, or, I didn't have much success here. Like, that's not as important, or it might not be as a deterrent as you might think it would be. And I think some of this too, it really comes down to, transparency and storytelling. Right? If you can wrap the story of your journey as it relates to what you're building and why you're solving the problem, that could be your strength, right? If you leverage it the right way.
Well, it goes back to why you and why now, right?
Right.
Most ideas have been thought about in some fashion. In fact, a lot of them have already been patented, right?
Yeah.
But why you, why now is probably the most important things to answer right out the gate in order to get the attention and move forward through a pitch competition.
Yeah, that's excellent. No, that's really good. And the ideal pitch length? How long do you typically like to keep these things?
As long as I stay interested.
Yeah, right.
Don't lose the interest of the judge.
Exactly.
There's talk around elevator pitching in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and 10 minutes for a real pitch if you're going to run through a slide deck and stuff like that. It's no surprise that you've got to be able to explain whatever your technology or solution is really, really simply to me. And if I don't understand it very simply, know that I'm not necessarily a subject matter expert, but I'm interested in the people first, right? And then the solution. I don't know. I don't know if I could put a finger on the exact time. I'd love to answer that for you, but it's too difficult.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, as long as it stays, within reason, as long as it stays interesting. I mean, probably if you're, like creeping up on, 10, 15, 20 minutes, like you're probably going to start losing interest.
Yeah. So our angel network group that we run, we do 10 forums a year, and we usually get 10 minutes, right? So 10 minutes present, 10 minutes Q&A. That's it. And that's pretty liberal. There's not a lot of folks that allow that much time. Right. It just depends on your network and the people and how they want to manage it.
Yeah. So I want to really quick, just kind of like paint a different picture of you. So we got, Ryan, the Tech Fort Worth guy, the pitch competition judge, the investor. You've had a couple of ventures of your own, right?
Yes.
There's Ryan, the entrepreneur. What kind of things have you built in your past?
Yeah. Great question. So I started my first business in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And people talk about what an MVP is, right? Minimal viable product and things like this. I read a statistic in the newspaper back then that talked about the horse industry in a certain part of the world. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's incredible. I had no idea the horse industry was like that. And I found out that there was a huge opportunity that was being missed within the feed business for horses. Just incredible niche, right? And so I went out and I did my MVP was to go buy some really good hay, put it in the back of my truck and drive it to these barns and these places and say, hey, if it looked like this and cost like this and I can get it delivered like this, would you actually buy this? And so I got, that was my MVP, right? So I started in a 30,000 foot view in warehouse, distribution, manufacturing, agriculture, retail, wholesale, all compiled in a very niche business that then expanded from there. But I've done everything from Department of Defense work, you name it. I've done a ton of things. I tell everybody it's all horsepower one way or the other from how I can. But I did that for the first 15 years. And then I did what folks consider now they call an intrapreneur. I worked for a lot of other companies, putting together new ideas, growth strategies, and things like that for sort of the last duration of my life prior to coming to Tech Fort Worth, but it's been quite a journey. It's another one of those that is not linear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you need to write a book, brother.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple.
I've been told that a few times. Yeah.
We'll talk offline about that.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Awesome. Well, listen, thanks for hanging out with me for just a few minutes today and just kind of, giving our audience an opportunity to get to know you a little bit. If you thought tech was dead in Fort Worth, you have no clue. You don't even know.
That's
it
right.
It is alive and well. And thanks for your contribution to the ecosystem. And man, this is one of the best things that I love about this country is that we got places like Tech Fort Worth. You got an idea, you want to build something, you want to create a better future for you and people around you. Places like Tech Fort Worth make it possible and accessible for everybody. So I love what you guys are doing. Reach out to Ryan, follow him on LinkedIn. If you're interested in anything that they're doing, I would encourage you to, again, message him, reach out to Tech Fort Worth and get plugged in. But the competition's coming up here real soon. And I'm looking forward to the feedback that you're going to give, Ryan, to the contestants and everybody that's applying for the competition. It's going to be great. If you'd like to apply, you can apply. Shout out to Pro-Forma. Thanks for all you guys do. And again, my name is Matt. If you want to talk marketing or anything LinkedIn, give me a shout. I'm right here. I live and breathe all things LinkedIn. And for me, it's a platform that creates opportunities and conversations with interesting people and allows you to expand your network through relationship power growth. That's what it's all about.